Thank you for tuning into Bond Court. I want to continue posting Bond Court every night on YouTube, but the viewership and engagement on my channel has fallen off a cliff. I would greatly appreciate your help by hitting the like button and leaving a comment on my videos. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Yes, sir.
Push the button. Got it.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This is Ricardo Morales, Master Interpreter. I have been previously sworn.
Well, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
I am good, Your Honor. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm in one of my favorite places to be, at the BRC. Okay, gentleman's got his headphones on. Sir, would you tell me your full name, please?
Osman Orlando Figueroa.
Osman Orlando Figueroa.
Thank you, sir. Sir, you are charged with operating a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license.
Yes.
So you do understand what you're charged with?
Yes.
All right. Actually, now, affidavit I have for an attorney indicates that you do not qualify financially for the public defender. But I see that the public defender was appointed for you in the two cases you're out on bond on. So I'm relatively sure that the public defender would probably like to catch this next case as well.
Sure.
All right, so I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender for you on the new case as well. After reading it, I do find probable cause for the charge. Bond is currently set at $500. Now, state any argument on the cases he's out on bond on?
Your Honor, given that they are nonviolent, so just ask that you revoke and double.
I didn't hear what you said.
Your Honor, given that they are nonviolent offenses, they would just ask that you revoke and double. I don't believe it's reasonable to have him sitting there no bond.
Okay. Because you're out on bond on similar charges, I'm going to leave your bond at $500 on the current charge and order that you not drive a vehicle until you get a valid driver's license. I'll revoke both bonds that you're out on. Let's see, on the driving while license suspended, the new bond will be $300. And on the NVDL that you're out on, the new bond will be $1,000. Okay, the Dwillis is
22 CT 1212 AW.
yeah. And the NVDL is now 1,000. That's 1211. Got it? Okay.
I don't know. Interpreter, could you please advise the client I circled on the green form the attorney's phone number to reach out to them once he is released?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
And Your Honor, may the interpreter ask for this CT case number?
You betcha, sir. This one is 22 CT 1549 AW.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome, sir. And all right, sir, if you would please tell me your name.
Noé Eliazar Nolasco García. Sí.
Noé Eleazar Nolasco.
Sí, así es.
All right, Mr. Nolasco, you are charged with operating a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license.
Sorry, Your Honor, to interrupt, but this defendant bonded.
Pardon me?
He bonded.
Oh, he did? So, he's already posted his bonds. Mr. Interpreter, the case numbers on this one is, 22 CT 852 AA and 22 CT 853 AA. Now, Mr. Nolasco, my understanding is you have posted your bonds on these two charges,
Yes.
and it appears that you qualify for the public defender. So, would you like for me to appoint the public defender for you, being as how I'm seeing you today?
I don't know how that works.
Sí,
Leave him, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We just-
I'll go ahead and appoint the public defender for you. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, I think they appoint at the next hearing since he's already bonded. I don't think we do anything with him today.
So you're not interested in having him appointed?
I don't
to you
know
right
if
now?
that's gonna mess anything up. I don't know. I just wanna make sure it's not messing anything up. I'm okay with it, but
Okay. Because I think it's, he's here, and the affidavit indicates he qualifies, so.
okay,
like he's
that's
gonna
fine.
go Further down the line. Okay. Thank you, sir. Good luck. All right, Mr. Interpreter, the next case number is 2022 CT 4374 AO. Now, sir, tell me your full name.
Noel Sánchez Montes de Oca.
Noel Sanchez Montes Beoca.
All right, sir, you're being held on a failure to appear. That's in Division 83. The failure to appear was for an arraignment on, looks like September the 13th of this year, on a leaving the scene of an accident charge. Do you understand that?
¿Puedo hablar? Ante
Can I speak?
ante
No,
todo,
sir.
mi saludo, mi respeto.
First of all, do you understand why you're being held at this point?
No, porque ya yo
No.
el
Right.
día 8
You're being held, sir, because you failed to appear at an arraignment on a leaving the scene of an accident charge on September the 13th. You do have a bond of $500, which you can post to get out of jail. My question for you at this point is, do you have an attorney in the case yet?
no,
No.
You didn't say you didn't qualify, did you? Okay. Maybe it would be a good idea, because you qualify for the services of the public defender, if I go ahead and appoint you an attorney at this point. Do you understand
creo
that, sir?
tener un abogado de oficio. Creo tener un abogado de oficio.
I think I have a public defender.
Well, you do now, sir.
¿Ok?
All right? So any questions or comments you have, you want to direct them to your attorney. That's her standing right next to you.
And could you please advise the client I did circle the phone number so that he could speak in private one-on-one with the attorney?
Okay.
All right, thank you, sir. Let's see, good afternoon. Your name, please?
Arilis Rivera.
Arilis Rivera.
All right, Ms. Rivera, you are charged with grand theft third degree of a motor vehicle. Do you understand that charge?
Yes, sir. Sí.
I read the
Yes.
affidavit. I do find probable cause. Mr. Interpreter, the case number on that is 2022 CF 10883 AO. And what I don't see here is an affidavit of insolvency. Can you afford an attorney?
No.
No.
All right, I'm going to appoint the public defender for you. Your bond is set at $1,000. Do you understand that? Any questions you have, you want to direct them to the attorney. All right. All right, good luck, ma'am. These are arraignments.
Your Honor, may the interpreter be excused at this moment?
I think, do we have any more interpreter cases back there? Is that it? Okay. Yes, sir, you can. Thank you for your assistance.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
You do the same.
What, movement?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
I guess. I haven't been told the date or time, sir, and I don't know how many days.
Tell me your name.
32 days. Mary Patricia Jameson with an IE, 81959. I'm not aware of my address, breaking and entering, the keys have been changed that are in my possession somewhere.
Okay. You're charged with trespass on property other than a structure or conveyance, which is a misdemeanor of the first degree.
Property other than structured advances, what?
You're trespass on a property
Yes,
other than a structure or conveyance.
which was a sidewalk, yes.
Okay? And
At the bus station where I normally have a
you are
managed
represented by the Office of the Public Defender.
Your Honor, we're going to enter
no, I
a plea of
wasn't.
not guilty. There's comp concern.
No, I don't, not guilty. Guilty is fine, sir. I won't return. I have an advantage fare. I need to be certain places on public transportation. I'd rather leave that up to the individual as to the fact that, I dropped a bus ticket that they didn't want to honor it at 11 PM. Also a $20 bill and a $50 bill on my possession with my house keys. I left my purse at home where I need to see the Hope team. My case manager, her first name is Yolanda. She's been a case manager there and a social worker for a number of years. She is the one who changed my key through the manager. His first name is Tony.
Okay, hold on.
She's
just-
in comp, she's been,
I'm
we
not in
have
comp.
comp concerns, Your Honor, which is why I
No,
cannot
never,
resolve the
never
case.
in 62.
We're trying to have her evaluated.
Never have I had competency concerns, ever. Ever.
So counsel, we're taking this a not guilty plea?
Yes, Your
No,
Honor.
I'd prefer to plead guilty, sir.
Division 85,
Non-
pre-trial conference, October 17th at 9 o'clock, courtroom 4A.
Does that mean I can leave and go to court later, ma'am?
At the next court date, yes.
I can?
You can go to, you're gonna go to the next court date. Someone will
Okay,
come
What
see
am I
you.
doing now?
Exiting the courtroom.
What?
Exiting the courtroom.
To where? Because I can't go.
What you mean?
I wanted to plead guilty. I didn't have consult with an attorney. I can't walk.
Well, the more things change, the more they stay the same, huh? So, step up there, sir. What's your name?
My name is Jose Chavaya.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's, Christopher Kern Blount,
He's medical.
medical.
I will, oh, we're not appointed.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and appoint the PD for him, counsel.
And I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
All right, waive,
Division 62, pre-trial conference, October 31st at 8:30, courtroom 12C.
October 31st. That's Halloween. Let's see, Jose Emilio Echeverria.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that you, sir?
Yes, it is.
All right. The, charge is driving while license suspended or revoked. And you do have the public defender as your attorney in the case?
Yes,
Yes.
I do.
We're gonna, enter a plea of no contest, Your Honor. The offer from the state was an adjudication of guilt, credit, time served. And he would like to accept.
All right. All right, as far as costs are concerned on these things, we got the court cost. What's the cost of prosecution charge? Is it 50?
I believe so.
And then 50 for the PD, okay. So, Mr. Echeverria, would you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you shall give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, you put your hand down. You are entering a plea of not guilty, no contest to the charge of driving while license suspended or revoked?
Ticket.
Yes?
Yes.
And do you believe it's in your best interest to do that?
Yes, I do.
You had time to consult with your attorney before you decided to enter that plea, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you satisfied with the services of your attorney?
Yes.
All right. And you understand that by entering the plea, you waive the rights that are contained on this plea form?
Yes, I do.
Any questions about those rights?
None at all.
All right. Well, then I'll find that your plea is free and voluntary. I'll accept your plea of no contest. You'll be adjudicated guilty of that charge, sentenced to time served, which in your case is 7 days. You'll also be ordered to pay court costs, cost of prosecution, and there's a $50 fee for your attorney, all of which will be, let's make a due and payable within 90 days. You also have the option, if you can set up a payment schedule with the clerk's office, to do it that way if you qualify for that. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Your Honor, he's just asking for 180 days. Is that okay? As opposed,
180 days works.
and additionally, Your Honor, given that he is pleading to the criminal offense, the state has no objection as well to dismissing the underlining ticket, traffic ticket.
What was the underlying traffic ticket? Well, he's pleading. I'll merge and dismiss the underlying traffic ticket.
Oh,
I don't have a citation though. We don't get those. Whatever the TR is.
I'll pull it up for you.
I don't know if you would get it either though.
I'm having an odyssey. I just didn't have the actual case. Hold on just a moment. I'm just double checking, but there may not. No, they didn't. I don't see any traffic. Okay. I don't see the underlining ticket. I guess he thought he was charged with it, but he didn't have a ticket.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Let's see, we're looking for Willis Jerome Gilbert. Is that you, sir?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Trying to make
All right, the charge is violation of a pretrial release condition on a domestic violence case. Do you understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
And, yes, I see you do not have an attorney in that case.
Yes, sir. I'm willing to resolve it if it's possible.
State doesn't have an offer at this time, Your Honor.
Well, the problem with resolving a case that involves domestic violence is there's a victim. And if the victim has to be given an opportunity to be heard on the sentence, conditions of release, that sort of thing. So without a victim present, taking a plea on your case at this time, and you have no attorney, probably would not be in your best interest and wouldn't be in best interest of the victim according to Florida law. So, let's talk about a lawyer. It says here you don't have one.
Yes, sir. With, may I say something? This case right here has been going on since June 14th. The alleged victim came to court on numerous occasions, contacted the state attorney as well as the advocate, asking all charges to be dropped, and she's just not coming to court and she wants to be home. She spoke to that young lady right there last time in court and stated all of this. The state has not filed charges, sir. I feel like I'm entitled to a bond. I was wrong for the no contact order. I thought it was a no hostile contact order. I didn't even read the paperwork. I just signed it and was happy I was getting out and kept going. I ain't take no paperwork home with me that day. I ain't do nothing. I was just happy I was getting out.
Well, I see, again, you do not have a lawyer.
Yes, sir.
If you had a lawyer, you'd have somebody to be working on that for you, right?
Yes, sir. But like I was trying to explain to you, charges have not been filed on that case. And this case been going on since June. So I'm just asking you, how can they still hold me without bond if they haven't filed charges? And the alleged victim came to court on numerous occasions saying she want all charges dropped.
Your Honor, he's being held for committing the new law violation, so they revoked his out on bond and held him at no bond for violating the no contact order.
He has bond on this case. He does have bond on this case,
He does not have bond on the underlying
on an
case.
underlying offense, because
So the underlying charge
Mm-hmm.
that
was revoked.
originally what, a domestic battery?
It is a strangulation.
Those charges haven't even been filed yet. She came here and spoke to that young lady over there to my left and told her she wanted all charges dropped and she wanted me home on numerous occasions, sir. She even told the judge that. Victim advocate people, she told everyone. They emailed her and told her to stop calling. They got everything under control. They'll let her know once the charges are dropped.
They filed on this.
And I'm just asking for a reasonable bond, sir. I'm losing everything. I had a job at the city of Orlando.
Senator, on the underlying case, you're not here about the underlying
keep saying
case
that.
today?
Yes, sir. I
You're here
understand
about this charge,
Yes,
which you
sir.
apparently have a bond on this charge?
that. I'm just asking you, can you find it in your heart
And,
somehow to reinstate my bond and I can go back to work? Because I'm losing everything, sir. I work for the city of Orlando doing utility services. I put in the inlets and I set the fire hydrant, sir.
He has
I was getting my life together. I had got my driver's license back. That's how I was able to get my job at the city of Orlando.
What division is this new case assigned in?
50.
50, and the pretrial conference date is?
October 21st at 9 o'clock, courtroom 4.
I have no
Yep.
feeling to appear to do that also, Your Honor. You want to-
I'm going to go ahead and appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent you in this case.
We're already on the underlining case, Your
Yeah,
Honor.
so I'm appointing the PD to represent you there. That way, at least, they can start working on your request to get a bond on the underlying case. But we're not here about that underlying case today, so I won't be taking any action on that. But your pretrial conference is October 21st at 9 o'clock.
And that's on the misdemeanor case?
And yes, sir.
And they don't have no plea for me today as far as for the misdemeanor case?
Pardon me?
Can they offer me a plea today for the misdemeanor case?
You're talking too fast. I can't understand you.
Sorry. Can they offer me a plea today for the misdemeanor case?
No, the victim's not here, sir. The victim has a right to be heard before the court takes a plea or sets up conditions of release.
Oh,
So
That's
It's
why I
not
was-
gonna get resolved that way today.
Yes, sir, that's why I was trying to explain to you. She could verify that the victim said that she wanted all charges dropped.
Thank you, sir. This hearing's concluded. Let's see.
You just waiting at the
Kenneth James Hardy.
reserve on
Is that you, sir?
adjudication.
All right, you're being held on, resisting without violence and trespass in an occupied structure, as well as criminal mischief. So there are three, looks like three misdemeanor charges. The Office of the Public Defender is representing you, and you have 35 days' time served.
Your Honor, state did convey an offer to Mr. Hardy of an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to the Wawa, and a reserve on restitution for 60 days.
How much was the restitution?
It's a reserve on restitution, Your
All
Honor.
right, reserve on restitution, got it.
Mr. Hardy would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Hardy, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, sir, the testimony you shall give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Now, my understanding is you're entering a plea of no contest to each of the three misdemeanor charges. Is
Yes,
that
sir.
correct?
Yes, sir.
And do you believe that's in your best interest, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, you had time to talk to your lawyer about this?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with the services of your attorney?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand the rights you read on this plea form?
Yes, sir.
Any questions about those?
No, sir.
All right, sir, the court is inclined to accept your plea as to each of the three misdemeanor charges. You'll be adjudicated guilty as to each of the three of them, sentenced to 35 days with credit for 35 days time served. That's concurrent as to each of the three charges. You'll be ordered to pay one set of court costs. For the three, you'll also pay a $50 fee for the public defender services and a $50 fee cost of investigation, all of which will be due and payable within 180 days, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, any questions?
That's it.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
God bless you. Thank you, everyone.
You too. Harvey Mavronis. Is that how you pronounce it? Mavronis?
Everyone's Greek, it's Greek, sir. We don't speak certain standards, we just want to do it, my brother. We don't speak famous standards, we just want to do it.
Spanish?
It's Greek, Greek.
Oh, I was like, what?
I can't really understand what he's saying.
Greek, my father's from Greece, Greek. Everyone.
We will, there's no offer. We will enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
All right.
Division 84, October 20th at 8:45, courtroom 4B.
Thank you. That's it.
All right.
I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty.
Guilty, pretrial conference.
Division 84, pre-trial conference, October 20th at 8:45, courtroom 4B.
Hope y'all don't mind, I'm writing on your paper. They do? Awesome. See, Uganda Matt Perry. Do y'all have a Uganda Matt Perry on your list?
I have
Oh,
Perry.
he's next? Okay. So this is, Connie Marie Queen?
Yeah, that's who I have. I don't have her.
Who am I missing?
No, Mrs.
I mean, she's not.
Who is this?
I don't have her. Olivera.
Olivera?
So now under this
Yeah, that's
new
what I thought it was.
system, one judge basically does what
We don't have
two
her.
judges used to do.
Lindsay Oliveira?
One way to save some money, I suppose.
Let me see.
Rebecca, what case number do you have?
22 MM 360 AA.
I have Lindsay Olivera.
I don't have her on mine.
I have it for Angel arraignment for tomorrow.
Not today.
So I guess I'll see you tomorrow, or somebody will see you tomorrow. Good luck.
I have it for tomorrow.
All right, Uganda Matt Perry.
Yes, sir.
Is that you, sir? Do you pronounce that Uganda?
Yeah, just like the country.
Just like the country. All right, Mr. Perry, you are charged with violation of a pretrial release condition on a domestic violence case. And then there's a second charge, trespass in a structure. You are represented by the Office of the Public Defender, sir.
And
You
we'll,
understand all that?
sorry.
Yes.
All right?
We will enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Division 50, pretrial conference, October 21st at 9 o'clock,
That's good.
courtroom 4E.
But all I want to know is can I burn out on these charges?
Pardon me?
Can I burn out on both of these charges? That's what I'm just trying to figure out.
Well, I'm not sure what your bond status is on it. I don't have that paperwork.
But
Only one.
only one burn?
Mm-hmm. That I see. The trespass has none. Do you have that?
They said I got 50 on one.
And he was revoked on an improper exhibition of a weapon, so even if he had
Can't
one
bond
on
out.
this, he can't go anywhere.
So he's no bonded on an underlying charge?
On a different charge.
Different
Completely
charge?
different.
But he has bonds on these charges.
Yes, that's you.
Bond on at least one.
The trespass for some reason is showing no bond. I
I don't
don't,
know
Really?
I want to know if I can get burned. I've been in jail for like 40 days now.
Trespass?
that's weird.
Well, I got violation of PTR, that's first degree, so is that the one you're saying he has no bond on?
It's showing 500 on the violation.
But they say through the trespass.
Could you, wait, we're trying to figure it out. That's what I'm telling you. I'm trying to figure out, because that's weird.
So it really doesn't matter what we do in these misdemeanor cases because you're no bonded on the underlying felony case.
No, they dropped that to a misdemeanor. I go to court on the 23rd for that. That's a misdemeanor now.
Do you have a bond on it?
No, I don't. When I go
They
to court
consolidated?
on the 23rd,
Yeah, that, I see, the
I can go to
violation of
court.
conditions of
so
release.
I
there a
want to know if I
bond?
just burned out on these, so I don't have to sit. I've been in jail for 40 days now.
Right.
On the
Can I
violation.
please have a bond, for these two?
Oh, I see what they
Then
did.
I can get out and come back to court instead of just sitting. I'm losing everything.
The problem with giving you a bond on this, violation of conditions of release is we got no victim. And victims have a right to be heard on any step that's taken in a case where there's a victim. So you're no bonded for now on the violation of the conditions of release. You do have a $500 bond on the trespass, and you're no bonded on the underlying case. So your pretrial conference on these cases is in Division 50.
Why are they telling me I got a bond? on the-
Quit interrupting me, sir. On 10/21 at 9 a.m. in 4E. Any questions you have, you need to direct them to your attorney at this point, sir. Thank you. Connie Marie Queen, is that correct? All right, Ms. Queen, you're being held on charge of petty theft and resisting merchandise recovery. Both are misdemeanors of the first degree. You are represented by the Office of the Public Defender, and you have 29 days' time served as to those two charges.
Your Honor, state did convey an offer to Miss Queen. She has no criminal history other than this case. The offer conveyed was a withhold, credit time served, and no return to the Walmart located at 8101 South John Young Parkway. And all merchandise was recovered, so there's no restitution.
So no restitution?
There you go. It was all recovered.
All right. Okay. So, Ms. Queen, do you believe it's in your best interest to enter a plea of no contest today to these charges?
Yes.
And do you understand that by doing that, you waive your right to have a trial in the case? You also understand that by entering the plea, you waive your right to have the state charge your charges beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes. Yes.
Did you read this plea form? Have you ever read one? No?
She just,
No, these are your rights that,
the attorney went over them from my
Okay.
notes, Your Honor.
so when the attorney explained them to you, did you understand them?
Yeah.
You understand those are your rights, which you give up or waive by entering a plea of no contest here?
Yes.
Okay. Satisfied with the services of your attorney?
Yes.
All right, I'll accept your plea as to both counts. Withhold adjudication of guilt, give you credit for the 29 days' time served as to each count concurrent. Order that you not return to the Walmart on John Young Parkway as a condition of your release. You're going to be ordered to pay court costs, cost of prosecution, $50 fee for your attorney's services, all of which will be due and payable within 180 days. Any questions? Good luck. Oh, sign it again. You think I'd remember that by now? We're looking for Kevin West. Outside medical, got it.
And I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Division 50, pretrial conference, October 21st at 9 o'clock, courtroom 4E.
Ready? Kishasia? Kishasia? How the heck do you say that?
Williams. Kiash.
What do you?
I don't know.
Kiashasha?
Williams, the last name is Williams.
Name like that. I'm gonna name my child so that my child will never be able to
Weird.
pronounce her name. Williams. Kiashasha Williams. No?
You have her? Do you have her pretrial services?
What in the world? Inmate number is 22018529.
We all.
Williams.
He bonded.
Ah, she bonded, okay. Bonded. Tarvis Lorraine Williamson,
Medical.
medical,
And I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
all right.
Division 63, pretrial conference, October 27th at 1 o'clock, courtroom 10B.
Okay. How about Maurice A. Wright Davis,
Also medical.
medical,
I will waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Pretrial conference, October 21st at 9 o'clock, courtroom 4E, Division 50.
okay. That does it for the arraignments. Benjamin Gray Carroll. Mental health.
I will waive, Your Honor. However, I did have a PC challenge as to the second count of resisting an officer without violence. The state can only move forward on one when it's stemming from the same incident. So I'd ask that you ROR as to count 2.
State has no objection, Your Honor. We just asked for bond on 1 and 3.
So, okay, I'll find PC for 1 count of resisting without violence. Bond will be $500, also PC on the trespass charge. That'll be an additional bond of $100. No return to the area of 520 Gretchen Drive, Winter Park, Florida, as a condition of release. And, mental health, and I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent the defendant.
Thank you.
Yes. Troy Lamar Noble.
Also mental health?
Mental health.
If you appoint us, Your Honor, I will waive the appearance.
Okay, the charges are criminal mischief, trespassing, and resisting without violence. You know, the resisting charge in this one, the only thing in this affidavit that addresses that is the officer's conclusion that he resisted. While securing Noble in handcuffs, he resisted officers without violence. Doesn't say how he resisted.
Your Honor, state's fine with an ROR.
Yeah, okay, so as to the criminal mischief, I'll find PC bond will be set at 500. On the trespass, bond will be at 100. And the resisting without violence, I'll ROR, finding no PC. And I'll appoint the public defender to represent him.
Thank you.
State would just ask for a no return.
And no return to 1150 East Bay Street. Righty. Lloyd Charles Pettit.
Yeah, hi.
Good afternoon. Is it Pettit?
Pettit, like you would a cat.
Pettit, okay. All right, sir, you are charged with trespass on property after warning and resisting without violence. Both of those are misdemeanors of the first degree. Do you understand what you're charged with?
Yeah, I understand it.
All right, and
Your Honor, state did convey an offer to Mr. Pettit of a withhold credit time served and a no return to
Universal?
any of the Universal properties, yes.
And he would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest. Thank you.
So what was it about the universal properties?
You can't go
Mr.
back.
Pettit, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you shall give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? All right, sir, you understand what you're charged with, is that correct? You can put your hand down, sir. You understand what you're charged with?
Yeah, I understand.
Both are misdemeanors.
Okay.
And you understand that the court has, or the state has made an offer to resolve it today, which would be a withhold of adjudication. Do you know what that means?
Not really, no.
That simply means that it doesn't go on your record as a conviction.
Okay,
And you'd be sentenced to time served, which in your case looks like it would be, well, you were booked on the 19th.
days.
That's today. So it's either 1 or 2 days. Doesn't matter, you're gonna get both. You're not to return to any Universal property.
Your Honor, could he have a one-time return? I believe his belongings is still there with law enforcement.
like my hotel's there, like what I'd actually like to do, because like I'd like to go and apologise to them. Oh, sorry.
So I'm gonna let you go back one time in the company of a law enforcement officer to pick up your personal effects if they're still on Universal property.
Okay,
All right? One time, with a cop, all right? You're gonna be ordered to pay court costs,
sorry, is this the whole of Universal?
the whole of Universal.
Okay.
Yeah, they've already trespassed you anyway. So if you go back, they're gonna have you arrested. But if you go back with a law enforcement, with a cop,
Okay,
you can pick up your stuff if it's still on Universal property,
okay.
all right?
I've got,
And,
yeah,
you're gonna be ordered to pay court costs, cost of prosecution, $50 fee for your attorney.
yeah,
You'll have 180 days to pay those in full.
okay.
All right. Now, any questions you have, you want to direct them to your attorney first. Huh?
Was a time served.
If you look at the affidavit, it says he was booked on the 19th,
Okay, so he has 1 day.
so he'd have 1 day.
Yes, 2 days.
I have it as 2.
But corrections is being generous and giving him 2 days. Dos.
2 days.
Good
Thank
job,
you.
correction.
Your Honor, Jasmine Rodriguez bonded.
She bonded, got it. Next is Katie Lauren Hawks. Good afternoon. Are you Ms. Hawks?
Sir.
Ms. Hawks, you're being held on some failures to appear.
Yes, sir.
That's in Division 84, says you failed to appear for a pretrial conference on a trespassing and a resisting charge. And
Letitia.
that was on September the 9th of this year. Now, that court issued warrants for your arrest and set your bond at $1,000 as to each count. Do you understand that? Do you understand why you're being held? Yes? Okay.
Your Honor, state did convey an offer to Ms. Hawks to the underlying trespass and resisting of a withhold, credit time served, no return to the graffiti junction at 4544 Corey Ford Road, and cost of investigation in the amount of $121.73 to Orlando Police Department.
OPD. Got it.
And, Your Honor, this is the one to reduce, I did speak with the state outside of the money owed to OPD, right? I did speak with the state. My client's currently homeless. They did agree to reduce the court costs to a civil judgment. So I just ask that you honor
All
that.
right. Okay, Ms. Hawks, we're not quite done yet. You're entering a plea of no contest to these 2 charges, is that correct? Thank you. And do you believe that's in your best interest? All right. You understand that by entering a plea of no contest, there will be no trial in this case? And did you read this plea form?
The form you signed. He's talking about the form you signed.
Yeah, all right.
And did you understand what you read on it? Do you have any questions about it, ma'am? Okay. Satisfied with the services of your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, in accepting the plea of no contest, the court will withhold adjudication of guilt, sentence you to time served. In her case, it'd be 2 days for each. That'll be concurrent as to each of the 2 counts. Order that you not return. Where was it she's not going back to?
Graffiti Junction at 4544 Curry Ford Road.
Graffiti Junction. Isn't that down in, Thornton Park?
There's another one in Thornton Park.
There is? Okay. Yeah. Okay, so no return to Graffiti Junction on Curry Ford. You'll also be ordered to pay the cost of, investigation to OPD of $121.73. Court costs, $50 PD fee, $50, cost of prosecution fee, and I'll direct that all of that be reduced to a civil judgment.
Your Honor, I believe she has 4 days on each count, is what I'm being told, correct? Yes. Okay,
Well, previously, so 4 days, okay.
yes, Your Honor.
Good luck, ma'am. Tyrone Dupont. Is that you, sir? Are you Mr. Dupont?
You gotta say it.
Tyrone Dupont, is that correct? All right, Mr. Dupont, you're being held on a charge of trespass. And, let's see, looks like you qualify for the public defender.
Your Honor, state did convey an offer to Mr. Dupont of an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, and no return to the Wawa at 3501 Millennia Boulevard.
And Mr. Dupont would like to accept and enter a plea of no contest, Your Honor.
All right. So, thank you. Mr. Dupont, is that what you want to do? Enter a plea of no contest to the charge? Okay, and did you read this plea form? Have you ever read one? Did the attorney explain the plea form to you? No?
I did, Your Honor, in the back.
All right. So you don't remember the attorney explaining the plea form to you?
Said you gotta give up all your rights.
I can't hear you, sir.
Say that again.
Your Honor, I'll give him the plea form back so he can review it. But I did speak with them. I got a new plea form. I'll let him step back and reread it.
Okay.
But I did speak with them. Stand on the wall. And read. Is this something back there? We can move to Keller, Your Honor, while he's reviewing.
Sure. Jeremy Joseph Keller? Mental health.
Can we reset for tomorrow, Your Honor? There's an offer to resolve. Although he has mental health, I didn't see any incompetency issues, so he may be able to come tomorrow to resolve his case.
Okay, so reset to tomorrow. And, let's see, George Anthony Linhart?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. There we go. Mr. Linhart, you are charged with leaving the scene of a accident with property damage. Do you understand that charge, sir?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, I do.
Ah, yes. I did read the affidavit. I do find probable cause for that. The bond on it would be $500. How about an attorney? You gonna talk to a private attorney?
No, I think do I need one? Or will there be another court date?
Yeah,
Okay.
usually.
So this is okay, I see.
This is an arraignment.
Arraignment, okay.
This is where I tell you what formal charges the state has decided to file against you.
Okay.
And in this case, rather than having to file a formal information, the state can proceed via the ticket that you were given. That can be the charging document. And in this case, it being the charging document, you're charged with leaving the scene of an accident. So, it's a criminal case. So you tell me, do you think you need a lawyer?
I may consult a lawyer or get a public defender if I can't afford one. Right now, I have $40 in my account, so I don't even know how I will pay the bond. Can I do some community service? Offer that
For bond?
just for the bond, just to be able to,
No, we don't do community service for bonds.
bonds now, okay.
We never have done that. And you're not from around here, according to this,
Recently moved here.
Redondo Beach, California.
Yes,
All right.
so
Well, your bond is $500. I'm gonna put you down as you're gonna get your own lawyer. What's his, pretrial conference date?
Your Honor,
We don't?
it's just IA.
Oh, these are initial appearances, aren't they? I'm sorry. My brain was still on arraignments, which is probably not a totally bad thing, but, so, yeah, okay, I'm gonna put you down as you're gonna get your own lawyer. All right, yeah, it's always a good idea to talk to a lawyer
Okay.
before you resolve a criminal case. All right? Good luck.
thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
All right. Mr. Dupont is ready.
All right. So, Mr. Dupont, you had a chance to read that plea form? Did you understand what you read on it? And you understand you're entering pleas of no contest or a plea of no contest to the trespass charge? Okay. Satisfied with the services of your attorney, sir? All right, sir, I'm going to accept your plea of no contest. You'll be adjudicated guilty of the charge, sentenced to time served, which in your case is 1 or 2 days. I'm going to guess 2.
It's one.
1. Well, it just shows you why I don't bet on anything. You'll be ordered not to return to the Wawa on Millennia Boulevard, right down the street here. Also ordered to pay court costs. There's a cost of prosecution and a $50 fee for your attorney. And so all of that, I'm going to have that reduced to a civil judgment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, sir. Okay, so Manson bonded? Yeah, I had a PC issue on that one too. It says DUI with property damage, but I couldn't find anything in the affidavit that talks about property damage. So, yeah, just for your information, but he bonded anyway, so.
Yes, Your Honor.
There you go. Okay, let's see. Sebastian Ortolaza. Ortolaza?
Ortolaza. Yes, sir.
All right. You're charged with DUI, sir.
Yeah.
Do you understand what you're charged with?
I believe it was driving under the influence.
Driving under the influence, right.
I believe
That's
so.
what you're charged with.
Yeah, that's what I'm charged for.
Okay, I read the affidavit. I do find probable cause for that. Does look like you qualify for the public defender. Would you like for me to appoint the public defender as your attorney?
Yeah.
Okay, you still have the option of hiring a private attorney, but for now, the PD is representing you, okay?
Okay.
All right. And your bond is $500. You're also ordered as a condition of release to consume no alcohol, no drugs not prescribed for you by your own physician.
Okay.
And then I see you're out on a carrying a concealed firearms charge back in April of this year. So, counsel, care to be heard on that?
Your Honor, he was referred to pretrial diversion in that case. I don't see any other criminal history, and they're not related, Your Honor, so I just ask that you take no action on the out on bond and let pretrial diversion decide if they're gonna kick him out or leave him, Your Honor.
I'm guessing if it still works the way it used to work, he is gonna get booted out of pretrial diversion. That means the case is gonna head back to whatever court has that underlying charge, and we'll just leave it up to that court to decide what his bond should be on that. So we'll leave him on diversion for now and take no action on that case.
Your Honor, Jose Luis Gardillo bonded.
Was that Ruiz Gordillo?
Yes, bonded.
That bonded, okay. Thank you. Let's see, Randy, or is it? Yeah, Randy Chappell. Is that you, sir? Chappelle? Chappelle, like a comedian. Okay. All right, Mr. Chappelle, you're charged with possession of MDMA, also known as ecstasy, and also possession of drug paraphernalia. Do you understand those charges? All right, now it appears that you qualify for the public defender. Would you like for me to appoint the PD to represent you? Okay. I'll do that. Set your bond on the MDMA charge at $1,000. On the possession of drug paraphernalia, it'd be $100. And then you're out on bond on a, guess what? Possession of MDMA from July of this year. But that's, I'm not showing a bond amount, so is he in diversion or something?
No,
This-
Your Honor, I believe it is out on bond. It was a $1,000 bond, however, state has not yet filed, so state would request no action at this time.
Okay, so no action. No action on the case you're out on bond on. Again?
It was,
Yeah, I understand.
Yep.
John Doe.
Mental health,
Pardon me?
mental health.
Mental health. All right.
Can we reset for tomorrow, Your Honor? I don't have any information on him. I don't know.
So let's see, burglary of an occupied structure.
Do you have
I had to read this one twice. That burglary of an occupied structure, when a person chooses to go to a place that they're not allowed to go in a business that they're otherwise legally in,
Going behind a counter.
does constitute burglary by going behind the counter. So as to the burglary charge, you said you were waiving.
I think she has to
Disappearance
reset, Your Honor, because we don't even have history. We don't have a real name back. So we were gonna reset it till tomorrow.
Okay, so reset.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Y'all can tell Judge Bronson tomorrow that I reset these purposely for him. All right, so, oh my gosh, how do you say that? Eldin, Mohammed?
Bonded, Your Honor, he bonded.
Oh, okay, all right. Could have told me that quicker. They used to do that to me on purpose down here. If a name was really difficult, they'd let me stumble around with it for a while, and then they'd say, oh, no, they bonded. I personally had all those people fired too, by the way. Let's see, Damari Lamont Hepburn.
He refused.
I will waive, Your Honor.
So you want to waive for him?
Yes, Your
At your office?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Waived, point PG. And let's see, what do we got? Burglary of a conveyance, possession of burglary tools, and resisting without violence. I do find probable cause for each of the three charges. And bond is $3,500 on the burglary charge, $150 on the burglary tools, $100 on the resisting without violence. No return to 4110 West Colonial, Orlando, Hyundai, and I believe the Honda dealership next door. All right.
Alexandra Holt, she's in mental health.
Okay.
I will waive, Your Honor.
All right. So, Ms. Holt, battery on a officer firefighter, 2 counts, 2 counts resisting without, 1 count trespass on a structure, and waived appearance. All right, I do find probable cause on each of the 5 counts. Bonds are $2,500 is to count 1, $150 each is 2 and 3, $100 each as to counts 4 and 5. And again, I've got these indications that the person is out on some sort of release.
In 2022 CF 477780, Your Honor, I believe the state only filed on the possession of meth. And then in 2022 CF 416180, I believe she's in pretrial diversion. Is that what it is? This is out on pretrial diversion.
Yeah, it's drug diversion.
Okay, no action. No action on those.
Is that on both cases, Your Honor?
Pardon me?
Is that on both cases?
Yeah. No action on both cases. Alex Alberto Hudson.
Bonded.
Bonded.
Your Honor, on the the previous defendant, on Alexandra Holt,
Yes.
did you see her, revocation form for PTR?
I do now. Let's see, community credit. Released, defendant was placed on charges. She's out on that one on, what's the charge on that one?
Possession of meth, Your Honor.
That's, 4777.
Yes,
So that's possession of meth. Was that the one she was in, that's the one she's on pretrial release?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm gonna revoke that and set her bond at $1,000 on that. Per this order, Madam Clerk.
Okay.
You do?
So the 477 is the one that you're revoking and setting at 1,000.
Right,
And the 4161 is
no
no action.
action. All right, Tyreen or Tyraine Loving? Is that you, sir?
Yes.
All right, sir, you're charged with grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle, and criminal mischief. Do you understand those charges?
Yes.
And it appears that you well, maybe you do, maybe you don't. Do not qualify. So you don't qualify for the PD, so you're gonna have to talk to a private attorney. As to the grand theft, third degree of a motor vehicle, I'll find PC on that. Bond is set at $2,000, sir, and then on the criminal mischief charge, bond will be set at, what is that, $250, so $2,000 on count one, $250 as to count two. No return to 8545 West Earlo Bronson Memorial Highway. And as I indicated, you don't qualify for the public defender, so for an attorney, you're gonna have to talk to a private attorney, understand? All right. Any questions? Good luck. Thank you. Elvis Mulai Mabutha. Is it Mabutha?
It's Muli, not Mulai.
The middle name, Mulai?
Muli.
Muli.
And it's Mbutha.
Oh, yeah, you and I could probably talk about that all day. I'd never get it right.
Yeah, I know. How you?
So just in the sake of moving on, let me say you are here charged with possession of cocaine, sir, which is a felony charge. I do find probable cause for the charge. You do qualify for the public defender. Would you like for me to appoint the PD for you, sir?
Sorry, he's asking me a question, Your Honor.
Yeah. Do you want me to appoint the PD for you, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll appoint PD for you on the new charge. Now, you're out on aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and trespassing in a structure conveyance. So one felony, one misdemeanor. Well, wait a second. They've got this thing down as a misdemeanor.
Your Honor, we have 22 MM 5712. State filed the trespass, not the criminal mischief. And on 22 MM 5216, it was originally an ag assault with a deadly weapon. State ended up filing an improper exhibition of a weapon in M1.
All right. Okay. No action on the cases he's out on. We'll leave them as is.
And what was the new bond amount, Your Honor? I missed it.
It's,
Are you staying at it?
yeah, we'll leave it at $1,000. Thank you, sir. Let's see, Eric James Michniak?
Sir.
Michniak?
Yeah.
Is that, am I saying it correctly? Michniak? All right, so you're being held on a charge of possession of heroin and possession of drug paraphernalia. You understand those charges?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, I see that you do qualify for the public defender. Would you like for me to appoint the PD for you?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, I'll appoint the PD. Do find probable cause on the heroin charge. Bond is $1,000. On the drug paraphernalia charge, bond is $100. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, any questions you have, you want to direct them to your attorney? And good luck, sir.
You don't qualify.
Your Honor, Morales Gonzalez refused.
Refused, okay, so,
You appoint us, Your Honor. I will waive the appearance.
Just Morales?
Mm-hmm.
all right. And I'll go ahead and appoint your office to make your waiver totally official.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. I read this affidavit. I do find probable cause for the charges. The sex battery on a child under 12 is currently no bond. I'm gonna leave her on no bond on that one. Lewd or lascivious battery. You know, it's lewd or lascivious battery on a child under 12.
Your Honor, it should have came in that way. However, I don't believe it did, the way it's currently charged. So count 2, 3, 4, and 5 are all F2s.
All
She
right.
is entitled to bond on them. So state would request a bond, given that she's already being held no bond on one.
Yeah, no bond on the first one. 2,500 is to count 2. 150 is to count 3. 150 is to count 4. 150 is to count 5. No contact with any person under the age of 16 years of age, no unsupervised contact. And, and no contact with any of the victims involved in this case. Yeah, no unsupervised contact with children.
Sonia Reyes is mental health.
Mental health.
And I will waive if you appoint us, Your Honor.
All right. Charges are battery on a uniformed or licensed security officer and trespass on property after warning. Bond on the battery charge is $2,500. As to the trespass, that'll be an additional $100.
Let's say we just ask for a no return.
Cause, no return to the,
I believe it's a Lynx.
oh, it's, I guess any Lynx property. She appears to be trespassed from all of the Lynx properties. So, yeah, pursuant to the trespass.
And as far as the out on bond, Your Honor, 2020 MM67710, she did have an evaluation. She was deemed incompetent. So I just ask that you take no action on the out on.
No action. You got it. All right. Emmanuel Roldan.
Bonded.
Bonded.
John, see patients outside medical.
Outside medical.
I will waive, Your Honor. He's held at no bond. He has an upcoming court date.
Okay. Is he already represented by your office?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So he's got 2 failures to appear and he's no bonded on both of them, so
Yes, Your Honor.
not like he's going anywhere. Okay. So, how about Paul Tyrone Thomas? Good afternoon, sir. Mr. Thomas, you are being held on charges of possession of MDMA, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of a misdemeanor amount of cannabis. Do you understand those charges, sir? Now, I don't see an affidavit of insolvency here. Is it your intent to talk to a private attorney in this case?
I thought he was gonna be here. I talked to him on.
So you have a private attorney?
Yes, yeah, I thought he was gonna be here.
Who is that?
Gurley, his name is Gurley.
Gurley?
Yeah, Mr. Gurley.
I know Gurley.
Yeah, I talked to him. I'm surprised he's not here about the bond thing. He said, well, I'm gonna try to make it down
Well,
there. I'm at 12 o'clock.
okay, to get own attorney, we'll put that on the paperwork, that you're getting your own lawyer.
Yeah, I already have him retained.
Right. As to the MDMA charge, your bond is gonna be stated $1,000, $100 each as to the paraphernalia and the cannabis. So you have those. You have a hold,
Yeah,
because you're out on bond on a cocaine and a cannabis charge.
yes,
Looks like your total bonds on that is 1,200.
yeah,
I'm gonna revoke those bonds. As to the cocaine charge that you're out on bond on,
yeah,
I'll set your new bond at the amount of $2,500,
yeah.
$500 each for the cannabis and the paraphernalia charges. So, you understand?
I think so.
You got bonds on everything.
Yeah. I have already paid for the other bond.
Okay, now you got bonds you gotta post on the stuff you were already out on,
Right, right.
all right? All right, thank you,
So
sir.
okay, excuse me, so you saying you merging the bonds together?
No. I'm revoking your current bonds on the ones you're out on bond
Yes,
on
sir.
and setting new bond amounts.
Yeah.
So you got bonds on everything.
So, yeah, so, hold on, man. Yeah, hold on, let me get this clarified. I understand, yeah, so you saying, so it's gonna be 500 and 500.
Yeah, we'll give you some paperwork. It'll show you what
Then,
it is.
if I can pay that bond and I can get out?
Yes.
That is so good, so you don't have a hold on me.
Not anymore.
That is, thank you, sir.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, let's see. No, how do you pronounce your last name, sir?
Verhez.
All right. All right, you got a failure to appear in Division 15 on a possession of, I've been around the planet a time or two, but I'll be darned if I know what that is. What is EUTYLONE?
Utilone?
What's that?
That's
A drug.
No, you shouldn't be telling me that. I'm asking them. Anybody know? Is that the stuff they snort, the can of stuff?
I believe there's multiple ways of ingestion, Your Honor. It usually comes back as multiple different things. So
Yeah.
officers often think it's either cocaine or they think it's MDMA.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's neither here nor there because the judge in Division 15, on your failing to appear for a status hearing in June, has ordered you held no bond.
Have to go see him.
So do you have a lawyer in that case?
We're already appointed, Your Honor.
Okay, you got the PD. Good luck, sir. Whatever.
Your next hearing, you have an arraignment on the October 13th, but I'm gonna let the attorney know, see if we can set a hearing.
I did, I completed
I will
the
let-
4-hour court.
I'll let them know.
4 hours, court and the 4-hour community trip I completed.
Thank you, sir. Good luck. Giancarlo Villafane Morales. Bonded. There you go. That's it.
We'll have a stack of papers in the office. Ann is in the, you know where our scan room is, right? When you step through
Yeah.
the door, she's in there.
Okay,
I'll send you in there to sign.
all right.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Well, that's it.
CF 9639, granted, notice of non-filing.
All right, so that will be granted. What is today, the 19th?
Yes, sir. 19.
And it is September, right? And next one up is Joe Lewis Matthews.
22 CF 9488, granted, notice of non-filing.
granted. Lindsay Stevenson Jr.
22 CF 9553, denied, and information was filed.
Will be denied, 19 September. Cameron Jerome Allen.
22 CF 9244, granted, notice non-filing.
Granted. Reginald House.
22 MM 5491, denied, and information was filed.
Denied. Kevin Clinton Madden.
22 CF 8498, granted, it was no billed.
Granted. Britton Taylor Fortin.
22 CF 9538, denied, and information was filed.
Denied. Jerry Dayer Gay.
22 CF 9591, granted, it was no billed.
Granted. Kyle Richard Makowski.
22 CF 9436, denied, and information was filed.
Denied. Brenda Lee McHugh.
22 CF 9588, granted, notice non-filing.
Does that first name have any meaning for anybody? Brenda Lee? Any idea? Doesn't ring any bells? Don't use the fact that you're young to say you don't know what I'm talking about. Brenda Lee? Seriously? She was like a very young female singer back in the day. Not real big, real cute, just cute as a button. Used to sing, Brenda Lee type songs. Judy, but she was around. I think I had a crush on her when I was a kid. But she'd be way too old for me now. Let's see, Little Robert Roberts. That's great.
22 CF 5032, granted, notice of non-filing.
All right, Little Robert will be happy. Make anybody happy any day. How about Casey Lee Mitchell?
22 CF 9551, granted, notice of non-filing.
Granted. Thank you. And Danette Linares.
22 CF 9592, granted, it was no billed.
And granted. That is all of the 33-day motions that I have. So this is session 2, huh?
It's little.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. You think I need the paperwork? All right. I think I signed all this paperwork already, right? Okay. So we're ready to go with session 2, I guess, huh?
I guess so.
Yeah.
It's 11.
No? So it'll be a while? I'm just doing because the paperwork is here. I'm not married to the idea of doing it. Wait a minute, you do it? You say 12, 15? Okay, so it's 8. At least. 12 o'clock? Sure, I give you 12. No problem.
Peterson? Artina Peterson?
Approaching, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Peterson. How are you doing today? Can you raise your right hand to the best of your ability? Oh. Name and date of birth?
Artina Peterson Jr., 1283.
Thank you. You were charged here in an out-of-county warrant, and you were charged for burglary of a structure in your first case. Then you have another case, which was count of burglary of structure, and count 2 was grand theft, 3rd degree. And then you have a third case, which is also burglary of a structure, grand theft, 3rd degree, and this looks like it was from Orange County. At this time, there is a bond amount for each of them, and I'm going to read them as follows. $250 on your count 1 and case number 22 CF 99350. And you have a bond of $250 on your second case for the burglary of a structure and for grand theft, 3rd degree. So that's a total of $500 so far. In that case, $750 total. And then you have an out-of-county warrant on a burglary of a structure and, again, grand theft. And it looks like the first one was $5,000 and the second grand theft is $250. Good luck, sir.
Yes, may I ask you a question? Am I able to bond out?
Yes, you are.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you. That brings us to Tanya Bricole. Tanya Bricole.
She's approaching, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Cole. Good afternoon, Ms. Cole. How are you doing today? Can you state your true name and date of birth?
Tanya Cole, 4289.
March?
April.
April, sorry. April?
Yes.
Thank you. You were here as you were charged with a failure to trespass, failure to appear in a trespass. And let's see here. Oh. Give me 1 minute. Oh. Yeah, so you have a bond at $5,000, it looks like. This is an out-of-county, this is from another judge, a bench warrant from Judge Sanders Morency. And so I don't really have anything, no changes. I normally don't make changes from another judge's warrants. And so it looks like you have two cases and both of them are set. One bond is for $5,000 and it looks like the other one is for $5,000 as well.
Okay.
For failure to appear for an arraignment. I'm going to provisionally appoint you to the Office of the Public Defender if you have not been, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. All right, Jose Baez Felix. So those are all of the out-of-county. Hi, Mr. Bailey's Fies, how are you doing today? Can you state your name and date of birth for me, please?
050992 Jose Baez Felix.
May? You were born in the month of May?
No, 01.
Oh, 01, thank you. January?
5th, 92.
Thank you. You were here as you were charged with the following, driver license suspended, habitual, second occurrence or subsequent occurrence. At this time, I have reviewed the charging affidavit and I do find probable cause. Do you want to be appointed to the Office of the Public Defender or do you want to have your own lawyer, obtain your own lawyer?
Public Defender.
Thank you. At this time, I'm going to provisionally appoint you to the Office of the Public Defender. Make sure you fill out your paperwork. And it looks like PTR, it looks like he is a candidate for direct PTR.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Defense, would you like to be heard on any issues?
I'm sorry,
Would you like to be heard on any issues?
not that I'm aware of, Your Honor.
Thank you. State? Thank you. At this time, I am going to give direct PTR to you, pretrial release, instead of in lieu of a bond. However, there are going to be some special conditions. Special conditions are going to be, please do not drive without a valid driver's license, sir. If you do drive without a valid driver's license, the next time it won't be where you might not get a bail, and I'll just allow you to have release on your own recognizance. So make sure that you're following the driver's license rules, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. That brings me to Michael Bailu.
He's detoxing, Your Honor.
Okay,
Ask for it to be reset.
thank you. Vilma Melendez.
Your Honor.
Good afternoon. How are you doing today?
Doing well, thank you.
All right. Would you like to be heard on PC on this? Can you state your name and date of birth?
Vilma E. Melendez, April 17th, 1961.
Thank you. Counsel, would you like to be heard on probable cause on this one?
Yes, Your Honor. Upon review of the police report, it appears that there was no, the police never had any probable cause that a battery occurred in this instance. So I'd ask that this case be dismissed for lack of probable cause.
Your Honor, if the state may be heard.
Of course. State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is this your son?
Yes, sir, I apologize, yes, ma'am, Judge, he's my 24-year-old.
Your Honor, in this case.
Been trying.
I'm so sorry. Give me one moment. State?
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, the victim in this case returned home, at which time he said that the defendant hit him on the side of his head with her hand. Additionally, there was another witness there, Your Honor, who provided a corroborating statement, both verbally and written, as to the victim's account of the events. She said that as she walked in.
Who is the corroborating witness?
Kaylani, Your Honor.
Thank you.
It's the victim's
She said Kaylani stated she did not see the beginning of the confrontation because she was in her room, but came downstairs when she heard the argument. Kaylani said she walked in as Vilma was striking Diego in the head and started to argue with her about it as well. Kaylina and Diego went back upstairs. But it says here up above that she said, Mom said that he hit her.
Yes, Your Honor, but in this case, all the state has to prove is that there was probable cause, that a reasonable person would believe that this event occurred. In this case, Your Honor, the facts before the officer were two corroborating statements that the defendant did in fact hit the victim. Additionally, Your Honor,
Who is Kalani? Is Kalani your other child?
Yes, and that statement was done at.
No, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just want you to answer just one. Like, if I just say one question, just answer that. That's it. That's all. Thank you.
My 18-year-old daughter.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'd also like to bring it out to the court's attention that the witness did actually have photographs of a mark on the victim's head that the law enforcement officer observed. And yes, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Give me, any history?
From 8/9/2022, she had battery, and I think it was against her daughter.
This Kalani person?
Yes, ma'am. It was dropped, that was in August.
Any other history?
No, ma'am.
Court's gonna find no probable cause at this time. There's the credibility in this situation. There was no officer who would be able to identify properly who, in fact, who. Mom says that she got hit. The child says that he got hit. Sounds like Kalani. The other person says that she didn't see it all. Give me 1 minute. Let me see, because you did say something about a photo. So give me one moment, State. Court's gonna find no probable cause. Ma'am, I would advise you, though, it sounds like, I don't know if the children are staying in your home, but it probably sounds like that's not a good idea. I can't rule on anything, but it's sounding like that may be a problem. Good luck, ma'am, RR. Thank you. Belaine, you're welcome. Husbands, Bell? Blaine, husbands, Bell?
He's approaching, Your Honor. He's in the cage.
Good morning, sir. How are you? Can you state your true name and date of birth?
Blaine, husband's Bell, 050504.
All right, and that's May. Everybody there, so when I ask for your date of birth, it would be just tell me the month. Don't tell me the number of your month. Just tell me your month. So instead of saying 2, say February. Instead of saying 1, say January. Thank you very much. Okay, at this time you were here as you were charged with battery, simple touch or strike, and petty theft. After reviewing the charging affidavit, I'm going to appoint you to the Office of the Public Defender. Would you like to be appointed to the Office of the Public Defender today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and reviewing the charging affidavit, I do find that there was probable cause for both of the arrests. State, would you like to be heard on any issues?
Your Honor, the state would just ask for no contact with the victim.
Defense, would you like to be heard on any issues?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, so I am going to give you a bond as follows. For the battery, simple touch or strike, $500. For the petty theft, $500, for a total bond of $1,000. And let's see here. He didn't qualify for PTR for medical reasons. Should we try again, Officer Jenkins? No, ma'am. Thank you. All right, and please do not have any contact with the victims. And do you understand what no contact means, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
So no contact means no contact. TikTok, Facebook, she can call you, or that person can call you 999 times. The minute you call that person one time, that is considered contact. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Snapchat doesn't erase. All right, thank you very much. Tafari Holt. Mr. Holt, can you state your true name and date of birth?
October 16th, 1989.
And your true name?
Tafari Hoyt, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Mr. Holt, you're here as you were charged with a violation of domestic injunction. At this time, you do qualify for the Office of the Public Defender. Would you like to the Office of the Public Defender today?
Yes, please.
Thank you. I'm going to appoint you to the Office of the Public Defender. It looks like he does qualify for PTR with bond. Officer Jenkins? Thank you. Would you like to be heard on any issues, defense?
No, Your Honor.
The state, would you like to be heard on any issues?
Yes, Your Honor, state would just be asking for a no contact with the victim and additionally no return to the scene.
Thank you. Do you live with the alleged victim?
Not anymore.
Okay.
I went back to my parents' house.
And do you need to get any belongings?
No, I have stuff at my parents' house.
You have all your things from that? You don't need to go anywhere near her home at this time?
No, I was actually the one that was contacted. Okay.
So, sir,
No,
yeah, I'm just asking you one question. Do you need to get any belongings from her home?
No.
So that I can allow you to do that, so no. All right, so at this time, I'm going to enter a no contact order, give you PTR with a bond. Bond is gonna be for $750. And, okay, Mr. Holt, so I don't know.
Excuse me, Your Honor. He did just mention to me that his car is at that residence. He doesn't know if it was towed or not.
So I just asked you that.
I just remember my car was there, honestly.
All right, let's concentrate and let's try to remember everything that we can possibly remember, okay? It's been a lot of emotional day, a lot of emotional time periods, okay? Do you need to get some things from the home? Yes?
I can have someone else get it if it's gone.
So that's a yes. So you don't need to do, but there's some things left at her home you need to collect, correct? Including a car?
Yes.
Perfect. So I'm going to allow you to do that one time with law enforcement or whoever you would like to do that. One time with law enforcement to go get their items. Don't worry. Mr. Hoyt, more importantly, though, is no contact means no contact. from reading this report, it seems like you're contacting. Don't contact. I don't care if she calls you and says, oh my God, everything is just amazing. I want to be back with you. Everything is just the best in the world. Well, when you do that, she's not going to get in trouble because this is not about her. This is all about you, okay, sir? So you need to make sure that if she calls you, you do not answer the phone. Even if she says we want to get back together, you are now under a court order. And so this is going to keep happening to you if you keep violating, okay? Do you understand? So whatever she says at this point is not going to be acceptable to the court. Even if she says, like she says, oh, I want contact with you, I'm telling you, you can't have contact with her. She doesn't run it. I run it. Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So if she says, I want to hang out, you can't hang out until this is all resolved.
I understand.
All right. So no contact with the victim, no TikTok, no anything. Obviously, you know, these people just saw you. She didn't even call this time. Somebody saw you and then that's what happened, right? So that's going to happen again. All right. This situation could go down again. You and her still chilling. Everybody's doing good. Somebody else calls. And now look at you. Now you're in trouble and she's doing whatever she does. All right. No contact. Robert Hirschman. Thank you very much, Mr. Hoyt. Robert Hirschman.
Is that a do not return?
Oh, Robert Hirschman's detoxing, Your Honor. I'd ask for a reset.
It was a do not return.
Do not return, except for one time to get things from law enforcement. Okay, thank you. He's detoxing. All right, I'm going to reset that one. Genesis Capote.
He's refused to come, Your Honor. I'll waive Mr. Capote.
All right, thank you. At this time, an obstruction officer without violence, I'm going to give him appoint him to the Office of Public Defender, give a bond of $500. No return to the scene. All right, that brings me to 22 MM2124, Laura Quinn. Good afternoon, Ms. Quinn. How are you doing today?
I've been better.
I'm sure. Can you state your, but you guys still got, let me see. Still got 10 fingers, 10 toes, so it's all right. Can you state your true name and date of birth?
Laura Quinn, September 23rd, 1980.
All right, Ms. Quinn, you were here as you were charged with a battery, touch, or strike. Would you like to be heard on any PC, state, defense?
Didn't think so, but if I allow me one moment, Your Honor.
So from this small little paragraph, it looks like Miss Laura indicated to the police that she slapped Christopher across the face.
Yes.
He's indicated that he didn't want to he denied it. He said he denied that she hit him. And medical attention was refused.
Correct.
Based on,
He said he denied that she hit him.
right, there's no, the police officers did not have any probable cause to arrest her because there was no evidence that battery had occurred.
Your Honor, if the state may be heard.
Yep, it says Christopher made it very clear he didn't want her to go to jail. They didn't observe any marks or bruises.
Your Honor, in the second paragraph, it says Christopher stated that he was arguing with his wife Laura Quinn. During the argument, Laura slapped Christopher across the face. Additionally, Your Honor, in this case, Laura advised to the law enforcement officers that she was arguing with the victim. Then during the argument, she slapped him across the face. Your Honor, the state would argue that due to not only the victim's statement to the officers, but also the defendant's admission, there is probable cause that a battery has occurred.
Any PC on her?
She had no history on her.
Let me hear from the victim. Alleged victim. Raise your right hand, sir, to the best of your ability. Come on up. Stand right there. Raise your right hand to the best of your physical ability. Madam Clerk, can you administer the oath, please? You've been married for 18. I got it. Go ahead.
So, Ms. Ferrara, from the testimony you're about to give, to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Would you like to tell me anything, you would like to know anything about, tell me anything about this case, sir? Or actually, let me ask you a more important question. Are you imminently afraid of your wife at this moment? Did she ever hit you?
It was a slap across the face that surprised me more than anything.
Did she hit you? State?
Your Honor, at this time, the state would be arguing that there is probable cause in this case that a battery occurred. Additionally, the state would be asking for no contact.
Sir, you want contact?
Yes, we have 4 kids together, and she homeschools them at her place while I go to work Monday through Friday.
Do you believe if anything ever happened like this again, you'll be able to call the police?
If it were to, yes, but it never will.
But if this were to happen, you would be able to call the police. Okay, at this time, just based on the alleged victim's testimony that you did hit him, coupled with the fact that you stated you hit him, I'm going to find that there was a battery. However,
One time stupid.
I'm going to have you guys have hostile, you can have contact. I'm going to allow contact. And let's see here. You qualify for PTR with a bond, $250 bond. Good luck, ma'am. $250 is her bond. And you guys are allowed to have contact with each other. Oh, you'd have to talk to a Bill's bondsman. Okay, thank you. Bond with PTR, $250. George Ruiz? Can you state your true name and date of birth?
George Louis Ruiz, April 11, 1986.
Thank you. You were here, you have 3 cases. One is driving with a license, and third subsequent violation. After reviewing the charging affidavit, I do find there's probable cause. I can provisionally appoint you to the Office of the Public Defender. Is that what you would like today? You have to, did he say yes? Yes, thank you. At this time, I'm going to appoint you to the Office of the Public Defender. I am going to give you a bond today in the amount of $250 for the driving while license suspended. Then you have a failure to appear for a public defender pretrial. That bond has been set at $500 by Judge Efferson previously. And then you have a violation of probation, failure to appear for a public defender, and that's also $500.
Your Honor, do you have any information available on the probation? He's not aware that he was on probation. I don't really see anything here in the paperwork I was provided to give him.
It's not probation, it's a failure to appear for a public defender pretrial.
Okay. That's what I read, all right.
Yep. So you didn't go to a pretrial. That's why they gave you a failure to appear, and that's $500 by Judge Efferson. And then he has a last case, which is, no case number here, let's see here, 22 CT 27727, and that's for $500 as well. And then you have 22 CT 726, and that's for $1,000 for a driver's, oh, he did give you a bond for that. Driver's license suspension is $1,000. Then you have another one, a failure to appear, 22 CT 726 as well. And that's $1,000. All right. So did you get all those? Perfect. And so you have 3 cases, sir. It's a total of 3 cases.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. Good luck.
How much was the total bond?
Oh, I don't know. You have to ask your attorney. They'll add it up for you. Thank you. All right. And then Youssef Saddam? Okay. Mr. Saddam, you're here as you were charged with a violation of a no contact order. No contact means no contact. And let's see here. Oh, this is the child. This is your father. I read this one. Anybody want to be heard on any PC on this? I'm going to provisionally appoint you to the Office of the Public Defender, sir. You were charged with a violation of a no-contact order. Counsel, would you like to be heard on probable cause on this?
Your Honor, I'm sorry, I don't see, the issue. I believe there was no contact order in place and
Okay, state.
Yes, Your Honor. The no contact order is actually in case number 2022 MM1729, where the defendant was ordered not to have contact. In this affidavit, the officer alleges that he observed them having contact. The state would argue that there is probable cause.
All right, probable cause was found for no contact order at this time. Enter a no contact order. Mr. Saddam, you just can't go over there, can't contact them.
I understand, ma'am. Is it all right if I just say one thing?
I don't think you should say anything. I've appointed you to a lawyer. Lawyer's gonna probably want to talk to you, about what's kind of going on, but just be aware, just don't go over there. Just don't contact. No contact means no contact, okay? Yes, Mr. Saddam? Yes, ma'am. All right, I'm gonna give you a bond though, because this was a very, somebody's in here, victim, you want to be heard, or do you not want to be heard? You want to be heard? Talk, yes. Yeah, I see the no contact order. Raise your right hand to the best of your ability.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
His English is broken.
Yeah, no contact, I understand.
Yes, but
I can't, okay.
please.
You want me to read this? Okay, let me read it on the record. Dear Honorable Judge, thank you for taking the time to hear me out. Can you read, did he get sworn in? I'm reading an email from Mr. Youssef. His English is not very well, and thus I'm going to read it into the record today. He has been previously sworn. Dear Honorable Judge, thank you for taking the time to hear me out. My English is not so good, so I wanted to write this letter. Please take a moment to hear me out. My name is Muhammad Saddam, the father of Youssef Saddam. I am out on the road as a truck driver for 3 weeks of the month, and because of that, Youssef stays at my house. Can't stay at his house, can't. Sorry, remember, no contact order means that you said that you don't want him there, so you can't tell him to sometimes come, okay? It can be confusing. Mr. Saddam, do you understand no contact means no contact, even if he says you can come over? Do you realize you can't come over?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I understand that more than I did before now.
Okay. So because he does not have anywhere else to go aside from my address, this arrangement was working out to an extent. My son has a drug addiction and it's bad. Last year, he OD'd over 10 times, was brought back to life. Last night, he was so high, he locked himself in the bathroom with the hot water running and refusing to open or come out. I had to take the doorknob off and went back. I don't know if I should. This is not really relative. Hold on. Okay, so this is where the problem is. So in this letter, you say you want him to come over. The state attorney right now is going to say, bad, Mr. Youssef, you didn't do it. A contact order, jail. You call the police, they see a contact order, they're gonna say jail. But in this letter right here, you're telling me that you're telling him to come over.
No, I don't tell him to come over. Me, I am not over there.
It says this arrangement was working out to an extent.
Me, I am 4 weeks out work.
Right, so the arrangement was working out. Then when it doesn't, it's kind of confusing for him because he has a no contact order that says don't come. But then if you say, oh, it's okay.
No, I don't say come.
You don't say come?
No.
Okay. If my son gets help, I will allow him to stay at my home. I have no problems with him being at my home.
Yeah, if he don't talk with me, don't talk with him. But if you do something,
So he can't come to your home. No, not at all. So don't offer for him to come to your home because he can't. He will get in trouble if he comes to your home, even if he's doing good. Even if you think he's doing good, he will get in trouble if he comes to your home. So unfortunately, it's no home for him at all whatsoever. Even if he's doing good, he can't come because then you tell him, you know, if he's doing good, he can come, and then something happens, he calls the police on him, and he goes to jail. Okay? The state attorney is going to say jail. So be careful about this, writing things like this, okay? Okay. So right now, he's going to stay Do you understand no contact, sir? Even if your dad says you can come over, you can't come over, okay?
Ma'am, I understand.
All right, thank you, guys. Thank you so much. All right, no contact, okay? I'm gonna give you a bond. Let's see here. Oh, no. Bond set at 0. Let's see, PTR. I'm gonna give you a bond. Bond's gonna be set at $500. No contact with the victim, okay? Do not return to the residence, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor,
Any other special conditions? Oh,
the 22 MM 1729, he was out on bond on that one.
that was a trespass too, right? That's my
That was
case.
battery.
That was I think that's my case. Hold on. I think,
Judge Sanders.
what did Judge Sanders say? Did she making a rule on that? Give me 1 minute. Oh, no, I'm not gonna take any action.
Your Honor, just for the record, the state is asking that this court take action on that case.
I'm not gonna take any action on that case. You have a bond, sir. This is the no contact order from the father. This is that case, ma'am. I'm not gonna take no action on that. But sir, bring him back up here. All right, so the state attorney wants no action on that. So that means that she's saying, you know what? You violated this order. You should not be released. You should stay in jail. I'm going to allow you to be released because I think that you could handle yourself. But if anytime you can't and you prove me wrong and you're back because you violated an order with your dad, then unfortunately you won't be able to get any more chances. And I'm going to, over the objection from anybody, I'm going to allow you to stay there. So make sure you don't go back to your dad.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. $500 bond. Did I already give that bond amount? Okay. And state, I understand you want him, no, I understand you're objecting to that. You want him to stay, I get it. Thank you very much. I want to make sure I have the records clear that state is objecting to, no bond, objecting to me taking no action, on the no contact. 22-1-00278, Richard, history for the last gentleman?
The one, you got the bond?
Correct.
Well, that, the only one.
Besides his dad.
Besides his dad, 2021 possession of cocaine and drug paraphernalia.
Thank you. 2022-1-00278, Richard Ronaldo Ziegler. This is saying he didn't get a warrant from OSC yet. They called, they said they were looking for them. Did we end up getting anything? State, we don't have anything for this one yet.
Your Honor, I just have a copy of the, the table that shows that there was a warrant.
So the sheriff's office, in order for us to have it in benchmark, they have to send us up that arrest warrant, and they have not done that.
Okay.
So we don't have a case.
So we're just gonna reset it.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. So, yeah, Mr. Richard Ziegel, sir, we're just gonna reset it because there is nothing for us to do at this time. So he'll have to just be reset again.
Yeah, he refused in any case, Your Honor.
Oh, refuse. So Officer Hernandez, there is no refusals. I don't know, so in my courtroom, I don't do, if you could, I know different judges do different things, but I don't there's no refusing to come. So if you could just make sure he gets here tomorrow for me, or whoever it is, just put a little mark on when they say refuse, no refuse, come on up, join the party. Thank you. I want him tomorrow. There is no refusing in here unless it's a safety issue for you guys. If it's a safety issue for you guys, just let me know tomorrow, okay? Thank you. And then we have the same thing for Mr. Edwin Simpret. The same problem. There was no warrant sent up. You check on those for me, State, to find out what's, Madam Clerk, you're doing amazing. I just check on those too.
Yeah, I'll speak to our intake.
All right, that should do it. We should have just 2 people left, and that should be Vega Miranda and Guzman Cortez. Is that correct?
sorry, Your Honor, what was that?
It should be two left. Guzman Cortez,
Spanish speakers, I believe.
correct.
Yeah.
All right.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. This is Laura Bretaña, Spanish interpreter, previously sworn.
Good afternoon, how are you doing today?
Fine, and you, Your Honor.
Great, we are in IA, so you'll be speaking over the microphone today, and hopefully they can hear you. And the first person is Mr. Luis Guzman Cortez. If you could ask him to put your name and date of birth.
Señor, por favor, diga su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento.
Luis Jefe Guzmán Cortés, mayo 2271.
Luis Guzmán Cortés, May 22nd, 1971.
All right, Mr. Cortez, you were here as you were charged with battery, touch, or strike. After reviewing the charging affidavit,
Muy bien, señor Guzmán, usted se encuentra aquí acusado de agresión física, golpe o toque, luego de haber repasado el documento acusatorio.
I do find probable cause for the battery.
Determino que existen indicios de criminalidad para la agresión física.
And I am going to appoint you to the Office of the Public Defender. Would you like to be appointed to the Office of the Public Defender today?
Y le designaré el abogado de oficio para que les represente. Señor, ¿usted quisiera que se le designe el abogado de oficio?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, you have been appointed to the Office of the Public Defender. Defense, would you like to be heard on any issues?
No, Your Honor.
State?
Muy bien.
Yes, Your Honor, State would just be asking for no contact with the victim, as well as a no return to the 7-Eleven.
Thank you. At this time,
Se le designa a la oficina del abogado de oficio, señor, para que les represente. Licenciado, ¿usted desea decir algo o hacer constar algo en actas? No, su señoría, y a la fiscalía. Sí, su señoría, nosotros estamos solicitando que se le prohíba todo tipo de contacto con la víctima y que se le prohíba regresar al 7-Eleven.
thank you. All right, so I'm going to enter a bond at this time for $500.
Muy bien, se concede fianza por la cantidad de $500.
No contact with the victim, and there's quite a bit. Let's put the real person on here who he can't contact. No contact with Carl Jefferson Douglas Francois. And
Se le prohíbe todo tipo de contacto con Coral Jefferson Francois.
and do not return to the 7-Eleven located at 800 Cypress Parkway.
Y se le prohíbe regresar al 7-Eleven localizado en el 800 del Cypress Parkway.
Is there any? Okay. Thank you. Good luck.
Gracias, señor. Buena suerte.
Annabelle Vega Miranda, 22 CF 2711. And Madam Interpreter, the name for this defendant was Luis Guzman Cortez, who you just did.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. And then now we're on Annabelle Vega Miranda. Can you state your true name and date of birth?
Señor, por favor, diga su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento.
Aníbal Vega Miranda, 16 de junio del 94.
Aníbal Vega Miranda, June 16, 1994.
Thank you. You were here as you were charged with possession of cocaine, possession of a controlled substance without a prescription, and possession or use of drug paraphernalia.
Señor, usted fue puesto bajo arresto por tenencia de cocaína, tenencia de una sustancia regulada sin receta y tenencia y o uso de instrumentos para el uso de drogas.
Okay, would you like to be appointed to the Office of the Public Defender today?
Señor, ¿usted desea que se le designe un abogado de oficio? Yes.
All right, at this time, I'm going to defense. Would you like to be heard on any issues?
Le pregunto a la defensa si desea expresarse ante cualquier asunto, no, su señoría.
State.
¿Y la fiscalía?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
No, su señoría.
Thank you. At this time, I'm going to enter bonds. Pretrial release, he qualifies for direct PTR?
Yes, ma'am.
Le preguntó al programa de libertad provisional, ¿cumple con los requisitos para que se le conceda la libertad directamente bajo ese programa? Sí, su señoría.
All right, so at this time, I'm going to give you PTR with a bond, and the bond will be as follows.
Muy bien, señor, se le concede libertad bajo el programa de libertad provisional con fianza y la fianza es la siguiente.
Possession of cocaine, $1,000.
Tenencia de cocaína, $1,000.
Possession of a controlled substance without a prescription, $1,000.
Tenencia de sustancias reguladas sin receta válida, $1,000.
And then possession and use of drug paraphernalia, $250.
Tenencia de instrumentos para el uso de drogas, $250.
Special conditions of any release: do not consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription.
Como condición especial de todas las puestas en libertad, se le prohíbe el uso y consumo de drogas y alcohol sin receta.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
Thank you guys very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, officers, for keeping me safe. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you, state, and thank you, defense. Both of you guys have done a great job today. And Madam Clerk, always.